If you've been feeling heavy, scattered, or unrooted, this is for you. There's a rhythm inside you that's always been there. Before the noise, before the urgency, before the forgetting. You don't need to become anything. You only need to return. Return to your body, return to your breath, return to the frequency of your soul. That's where your clarity lives. That's where your creativity opens. That's where your truth begins again. If you're craving sacred space to remember, I created the luminous sanctuary for this exact moment. You're not too late. You're right on time. And you can enter the sanctuary through the show notes. Welcome to Grounded is the New Sexy, the podcast where we flip the script on what it means to truly be attractive in today's world. Here, we believe that true beauty comes from within, and that cultivating a strong, centered inner world is the key to feeling free, empowered, and fully alive. So settle in, take a deep breath, and let's redefine what makes you shine from the inside out. Welcome back to Grounded is the New Sexy. I have a question for you right off the bat. Have you ever felt like you were standing just slightly outside of yourself? Like you were waiting for someone to say you were right before you could trust your own clarity? Like you wait to feel safe before you move? Okay, those were a few questions. But you wait to feel safe before you move, not because someone's telling you not to, but because you're unconsciously checking the emotional temperature of the people around you, your partner, your family, your online audience, the collective field. It's not always loud or obvious. It's subtle, but it's real. In today's episode, we're unraveling something big: energetic enmeshment. The unconscious ways we give our power away, hold back our knowing, or delay embodiment because someone we love isn't quite there yet. This conversation is a portal back into your spine, back into the center of your field, because when you reclaim yourself as the true axis of your reality, the fragmentation ends, the delay ends, the waiting ends. You're not crazy, you're not broken, you're just waking up from the trance of external authority. And this episode is a reckoning with the parts of us that still whisper, is it okay if I do it this way? Will I still be loved if I choose this? Am I allowed to feel this certain? Today we walk you back home to the center of your own field. And that one has never needed permission, just remembrance. I used to hand my clarity away like candy. Every time someone I loved didn't get my next step, it made me question it. So I watered it down. I sometimes abandoned it altogether. I called it compromise. I called it care. I called it being considerate. But really, it was fear. Fear of being too much, too mystical, too fast moving, too unpredictable to love. I was still performing a palatable version of my power. And slowly, I began to notice I didn't feel safe in my own system unless someone else validated what I already knew. Let this part of me be a mirror for you. Not a warning, but a reminder that we all go through this. But we don't have to stay there. Let's break down clearly what energetic enmeshment actually feels like. Because it doesn't always look like toxic dependency. It can sound like, I'll wait until they feel ready. Maybe I'll slow down so they can catch up. If they don't reflect my knowing back, it must not be real. Ooh, that was a big one for me. Maybe I'm not meant to move forward until they can hold it too. Or even, I don't want to outgrow them. What if they feel abandoned? They won't understand if I shift again. I don't want to lose them. This is a form of energetic outsourcing, giving your sovereignty to someone else's nervous system. And when you do that, your field gets confused because you're asking it to orbit a center that isn't you. It's fear masked as loyalty. It's guilt disguised as empathy. It's love with conditions. Enmeshment is the residue of being told that others' comfort matters more than your own truth. Takes on ancestral roles of caretaking, peacekeeping, or emotional labor. Programming that taught you to prioritize being good over being whole. And it's incredibly subtle, especially for leaders and healers and creatives, because it can look like compassion when it's actually contraction. You cannot lead from a field where you are not centered. This is how power leaks begin. And it's not because you're weak, it's because you learned to survive by being palatable. But your soul didn't come here to be digestible, it came here to be free. Let's go into this quantum activation on closing the loops and recalibrating to self authority. This is best done with your eyes closed, hand on your heart or your womb space. And breathe. Let your energy gather from all the people, timelines, and versions of you that still seek external confirmation. See the cords, soft and silken, reaching outward to places you once gave your power. Let them retract gently, with love, not shame, with clarity, not collapse. Now say, I lovingly return all borrowed clarity, insight, and protection. I no longer place others at the center of my knowing. I reclaim my inner yes. I anchor my sovereignty in truth, not permission. Breathe into your spine. Let it lengthen. Feel your field reorganizing around you. Now speak this out loud. I no longer orbit someone else's readiness. I no longer dilute to be digestible. I no longer wait to be validated. My clarity is enough. My resonance is true. And I trust my own light to lead me. Pause. Let your system recalibrate. There's no rush. This is the safety you've been outsourcing, being restored from within. Now here's the key. Many people teach from enmeshment and call it empathy. They water down their truths so they're not too sharp. They scan their audience before they share. They over-explain and over-validate because they still are energetically apologizing for their bigness. We learned to keep ourselves small because we equated connection with compromise. But that was part of an outdated system, one that fed on spiritual delusion. And that's not compassion, that's contraction. The new template, coherence, where each person is centered in their own field and connections flow from mutual truth, not energetic contortion. If you're here, you're likely holding leadership codes, and that means you'll be called to walk ahead sometimes. Not to leave anybody behind, but to show others what's possible when you stop orbiting and start embodying. In the new earth frequency, leadership is not about being likable. It's about being aligned. You don't need to be digestible, you need to be real. And realness sometimes activates others, not to follow you, but to finally meet themselves. You will always love others better from your center. And the ones who are meant to walk with you, they won't need you to dim your field to stay close. The new way isn't about rebellion. It's about resonance. You don't have to push anyone away, but you do have to choose yourself so that your energy field stops shattering into 1,000 quiet apologies. Because a truly magnetic being is not seeking safety. They are being it. So here's your practice. An integration invitation. Every time you feel yourself waiting for someone to understand you before you act, stop and say, I bless their path, I walk mine. You don't need to run, just walk, without waiting for them to catch up. The ones who are meant to walk with you will. You are safe to go first. You are safe to be seen. You are safe to walk even when others are standing still. You don't need to convince anyone. You don't need to be digestible. You need to be true. The ones meant to walk beside you will feel the frequency not because you waited, but because you went. Thanks for joining me today. If today's episode resonated with you, I invite you to take this work even deeper with my free guided meditation. It's a simple, beautiful practice that will help you anchor into stillness and connect with the vast intelligence within you. You can download it now at christylittleartist.com/free-meditation, or you can click on the link in the show notes. If you try it, I'd love to hear how it felt for you. Send me a message on Instagram at christylittleartist and let me know. Thank you for being here, for sharing your energy, and for showing up for yourself today. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for joining me on Grounded is the New Sexy. I hope today's episode offered you a moment of clarity, a spark of inspiration, or simply a reminder to be gentle with yourself. True strength and beauty come from within, and every step you take towards grounding yourself and creating inner freedom is a powerful one. If you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It helps others find the show and join our community. And if you're feeling called to dive deeper, check the show notes to learn about ways we can work together on this journey. Until next time, stay grounded, stay free, and remember, you're exactly where you're meant to be. Take care. I'll see you in the next episode.